What's up, gang? It's your boy K1. I'm in the jump, as usual. Said as usual, as we ever did, like we ever did this before. It's my first time, but uh, welcome. Welcome to Wando's world, nigga. Updates and all that. We've been outside all week. Monday we was at Holy Frioli. We had arcade popping, drinks, all that. And then we took some pictures, some video. Footage will come out soon. Tuesday, where was we at with it? We was at Pocket DC. There's a new host, black host, very eccentric from St. Louis. That was dope. Chill with the homies for a little bit. Saw some dope musical acts. Got a little bit of juice. Got a little bit of chips, some snacks. Talk. I don't drink liquor, smoke a little bit. And today we here with it. Tomorrow we at Legacy DC. It's an artist competition. I entered, I didn't get picked, but I'm still going because I want to see what's going on. Pop out on me. We're going to have a nice little time. It's a vibe. What else? Friday we dropping a mixtape. It'll be my first time ever dropping a mixtape. I'm dropping it on the website exclusively. Also physicals. Yeah. That's gonna be dope. Because that's like some music y'all never heard. It's a new style, it's a new vibe coming from me. So when I drop that, make sure you check it out. Subscribe to the newsletter. That's how you know when things is out. That's how you know what's going on in the week. We got weekly wares where I drop a little goddamn piece for you, you know what I mean, from one of my favorite designers. It's all types of designers. It don't matter who it is, but it's a different one every week, a different little, pick for you. Maybe you want that. Maybe you find something else you want on the website, Got the latest project every week. Got a little blurb from me every week. Da-da-da. Whatever. But let's get into something else. I was thinking today, I was like, man, what am I going there and talk about? And it's funny because I was having some conversations and I kept hearing, it's like the world be wanting to tell me shit, you know what I mean? Like I kept hearing the phrase leap of faith. And I was a little confused as to why, like, we had that conversation, you know what I mean? Like, the conversation of leap of faith. Like, I be hearing people, like, hit me with, I should do this before I take the leap of faith, and I should do that, da-da-da. And I be thinking to myself, like, damn, like, when I think about the leap of faith in my life, like, it's always, like, it's funny how we change the meanings of word, because faith is supposed to be like the ultimate form of belief in which you cannot see. You know what I'm saying? So a leap of faith is automatic. You know what I mean? That happens before you even think about it. You can't think about a leap of faith. You shouldn't think about a leap of faith. You know what I mean? When I think about it, it's like the leap of faith is the anxiety forming itself in you and having you prepping for something that should have already been done. You know what I'm saying? So basically it's like your mind's like, I should do this and I should do that for this thing that should have already been done. Once you start thinking about the leap of faith, you should take it. immediately. If you're thinking about a leap of faith, it's because your mind is trying to push you in a direction, or not even your mind. I wouldn't say your mind. Your mind is actually what's blocking you. You know what I mean? That's where the leap of faith is seated. But like that faith is that thing that's behind that door, that leap of faith is basically your destiny. I think that's the best way I can put it into words for you. That that thing that you're scared of is your destiny, and you are always supposed to do it. You're always supposed to do it. Not try it, you're always supposed to do it. Whatever you did, you know what I mean? It might lead to doing it more, it might lead to not doing it more, but those are the two directions you do after you do it. Okay? And that leap of faith is behind that wall for real. You know what I mean? If you got any questions about that, you got any, counterpoints, thoughts, head to wandosworld.com, drop it in the message board. Everybody will be able to see it, respond to it. I'll be able to see it. It'll be good to, have that interaction. That's one thing I've been thinking about. I've been thinking about community a lot. State of the world. We're in a tough position. We're in a tough position as far as the struggles that we're facing right now aren't new, but they're becoming more rampant in more people and more classes, and more people are starting to take notice. As a Black American, I'll tell you right now that this is something that I've been seeing my whole life as far as this economic struggle and warfare. You know what I mean? And I'm going to say, like, everybody probably has always been going through it, right? But, like, we have been facing this specifically the longest and probably hardest in current times. The last 250, 400 years have led to this moment. There is a certain amount of accountability that we got to take, but there's also a certain amount of history that we got to understand. We aren't in a place where it's time to be stingy. And we aren't in a place where it's time to expect some type of complete unity. We can approach what we're doing in a way where those whose ideals don't line up directly with ours can meet in places of cross-sectionality and achieve an overall goal. What your goals are. I'd love to hear. I want to hear what your stances are as far as Black American community, what we can do together to proceed in a way that benefits us, a new party. Right now, I'll tell you that I'm a musician, first and foremost, in every facet of my life. But I'm also a Black musician. And I feel for my community, and I've tried my hardest to be a part of it and to be a leader in it, being a mentor, economically, hiring back inside of the community, working for the community exclusively, voting in alignment with what I want for the community. And the next steps that I'd like to take are in the social aspect. You know what I mean? I'm ready to have some fun. That's what I do. I connect people. I connect lives. I create love. And I feel like right now, what I can offer y'all is a social space. So, with that being said, the first phase of my three-phase social boost and the openness. We got events happening every day, every week, Monday through Thursday. I'll always have something available for you. If you feel like you're stuck in the house and you're alone, if you feel like you don't have a tribe, quote unquote, that you can go to, if you feel like you're looking for, some leadership, some people that you can call friends, a community that you can look to as family, because it's really about the crutch, It's about having people there when grief settles in, and having people there when you need a crowdfunding situation for a mistake that you might have made, because we all make them. Maybe you want resources, more people to talk to, a bigger network. All of that enhances the community because it breeds grounds for conversations and networking and mentorship and thought. So that's what I want to offer you guys, Monday through Thursdays, all chaos events, because the universe is based off chaos, that's all it was in the beginning. In those first 3 seconds before all the heat came, it was just chaos, something that we don't even know of, or a lot of us don't understand yet, but it's something that I believe that we can strive to and understand that, that we're all connected at the end of the day, Next 2 parts of the phases will come out soon, July 11th. Definitely look out for that date. We're going to be outside. I'm going to be throwing my own function, and it's going to be fun, awesome, and innovative for all of us. You know what I mean? Hip-hop was birthed in a collection of different communities. That's what Black music does. That's what one of our greatest exports I feel like we have is our culture. Though we don't control it or have it completely monetized in our benefit yet. But that's okay. because with these things that me and my peers of my generation are about to create for the world is something that we haven't seen before, and it'll be a new diplomacy. It'll be a new diplomacy and a new order in which we do things. Um, but it's gonna take us all. You know what I mean? It's gonna take the gang. You know what I mean? That's y'all. Um, and just know if you got any events or anything that you want to do that you think that other people might enjoy, you know, hit me in my contact. You know what I mean? Send it to me. I accept recommendations. You know, throw it on the fan message board. See who else wants to, you know, check it out. Maybe we got plenty of things going, but you know, fun. Holla's out. Hope Our Love Lasts Always. I was making that project for maybe 3-4 years. That's on all streaming platforms. This new mixtape is coming out exclusively on the website and physical because I am in a fight. Y'all, I am in another war in the artist sector of my life and that culture. Spotify and Apple Music and SoundCloud and even Bandcamp. They're stealing from us. You know what I mean? They can do whatever they want with our artistry. Instagram specifically. I was banned from posting, going live, doing stories on Instagram for really no apparent reason. If you ask anybody that was following me, there was no hate, there was nothing that was too inappropriate. Um, and you know what I mean? Like, they pushed me off. So my thing is like this. Artists, media companies, production companies, we have to take, and even actors, podcast people, all that, we have to take back the power. We have to start our own platforms to gain leverage so that when these big entities or big platforms syndicate and become conglomerates, they can't fully dictate how much we're going to get paid or when not the people that follow us can see our post. It's crazy. I started the new page. I went from, 25, 20 likes, when it first started at around, 20 followers, people just engaging from seeing my page from other people's pages and being found in the Explorer to once I get 50, I'm only getting, 5 or 6 because I've been promoting wandosworld.com. That's in my bio. That's what I've been promoting, you know, and that shit crazy. That shit crazy. I don't understand how we in a world as artists where because these conglomerates and syndications have found ways to algorithmically dictate the internet space in a time where we didn't really have that much access to outside. These last 5 years, like 5 years, have been different in an insane way. You know what I mean? Outside was really shut down, and like I could say, like we're probably just. I don't even want to say we're getting back to what it was because it's just not. It's not the same. Less people are outside. Areas that were seemingly busy all the time are no longer busy. You know what I mean? So we need to just take heed to how we're approaching this next 2 decades of the music industry. You know what I mean? Like I said, I think it would be beneficial if more leaders in our sector would create fair syndications. You know, right now, wandosworld.com is my place and hub and community where I can get people to come and invest mentally. You know, if you come to my website and you subscribe to my newsletter and interact with me this way, you're investing in me mentally. You know, when I'm going to these shows and doing these events and in these social spaces, um, and I'm interacting with people, and they choose to invest in me further after whatever that um, initial meeting was, whether it was just us talking because of, you know, my asking a question, they were interested in something I was wearing, maybe they saw me perform. If they invest in me further and they go to wandosworld.com and they go there every time they want to check me out to listen to my music, they want to download my music and they invest in me personally like that and they take a chance. You know, the people that rock with me are usually risk takers. You know, they want to try something different. They want to get away from this cliche. They want to invest in the arts. They find value in social spaces and things growing. You know, so this is an investment. And originally, I wanted to make a Gwug TV station, which was a 24-hour live station that played music from various artists, um, had various content creators that on their different interviews, different segments, you know, a syndication, you know, based off stuff like Adult Swim and whatnot, but we, just a bunch of different people coming together and being on a platform and having ads from different local creators and, you know, bigger creators. You know, we want to make it open and we want to make it a huge thing, almost as if PBS got rebranded for the internet. Um, Using Caster, I could go to any platform I want at the same time. You know, kind of like Vice, and that I believe would be a great way for creators to take back some of that monetization and some of that dictatorship and have more diplomacy when it comes to our platforms and what we allow, and we keep off hate and we can keep off certain narratives that, you know, places that got bought out like X use. You know what I mean? And we can have interactive things like this fan message board. We can have our own app where people can talk and coalesce. You know, there are so many things that we can do to bring back the power to artists. And the thing about the cookie cutter and like microwave music argument that really throws me off is that that has always been a thing. You know, you'll always get that. You'll always get payola in a certain sense. Um, so like we look at we look at our situation and we blame our music landscape and things like that on this. But let's keep it a buck. The world has always had bad music, good music or bad music. And right now we're in a place where the market is open for millions and millions of people to showcase their talents, you know, and people have the choice to like whatever they want. Um, and we just need more places that diversify the content and the programming that we get. And we need to make social spaces more accessible to our youth and, our adult youth, up to 35, 40 years old. Like, we need to take away the stigma of going inside. We can still have fun. We just need to change the way that we have fun as we grow older. You know what I mean? You might not want to be out all the time, but some people do. There are people that are 42 couples that want to be out every night and they want to have spaces that they can do that they don't feel weird, you know? So like let's start building these social spaces and platforms as artists so that we can build a better future. Like the thing about artistry and activism is like they go hand in hand. Like we are we aren't supposed to do anything. Yeah, let me get that out of the way. But as an artist, I feel like it's my duty, like the great Nina Simone said, to mirror the events of my times and my experiences. And that's the way that we keep it authentic and we keep it from the essence, from the soul, whatever you want to call it, that baked goodness, that 450-degree in the oven for 30 minutes type stuff. If you want to compare, apples to oranges with cookie cutter music, microwavable music, and I guess what we call that from the soul music. It's our duty, and another thing we have to do is figure out how to maintain it. Shout out to Barry Gordy, of course. Shout out to Jay Z and Dame Dash and all of them that made these partner partnership ventures, and whatnot. And shout out to independent labels. Um, what if we just kept our catalogs and just kept it just like stocks and kept it in the families and taught our artists how to maintain part ownership too. Because I'm not gonna sit here and act right. Like if I was in a position of record label, ventureship, that I wouldn't want 50% to 85% of an artist royalties that I'm completely funding. Maybe we can negotiate the deal as we go along, but your deals typically are 7 to 15%. And just because it's a black minority owned record label, independent record label, doesn't mean that their investment is worth any less. But I do think that it calls for a more open conversation. No sneaky things, make it so that artists can make a living off of their music at least. There, why can't we pay artists like we pay school teachers? 35 grand a year salary, some health insurance for, artists that, I mean, let's be real, might go plastic, but they have, you know, a little bit of maybe, maybe not, you know. Um, there's a lot to it. There's a lot to it that I don't have all the answers to. That's why I also believe in this social movement that I want to make, because the more that we can talk to our peers, elders, and young ones about this big picture that we're all looking at, we'll be able to navigate the little details that we all get, you know. And not everybody's opinion matters. I'm not going to sit here and act like it does, because it absolutely doesn't. But diplomacy is the way. The little guy matters too. The little girl matters too. Um, I'm not no daddy. I ain't no parent. Maybe one day I have a family, but I see I see that trend in the most genius minded and ambitious individuals that I know. Their parents or parent or guardian gave them a bit of diplomacy in the household, you know. There were rules, but there were conversations, you know. The most open spirited, free spirited people I know. Um, and we can all do anything, people, you know. So keep your mind open. I got the hiccups, goddammit. Whew. Keep your mind open and, you know, get out there, try something new. Talk to me, talk to your peers, talk to your friends, talk to your elders, talk to somebody that needs a mentor, man. Because this thing we call life is something real nice, but it could get cold real quick. And I ain't talking about ice. Every single vice that we seem to advise could pop out at any moment. Um, what do I mean by that? I don't know. That was something a little bit surreal for me. Came from the subconscious. Pose here. Come here. The world wants to see you. Come here, fat boy. This fat boy. This is Posiphius. His name is Posiphius Boyus Smith the First. He's a king. His queen is outside. Her name is Lunaria Bariella Smith. She's had two litters of kittens. One of the son, the prince, has gone to one of my cousins, and the princess, Millie, has gone to June. Y'all know him from the I Can't Make It Up music video. He's a producer and filmmaker, one of my close friends. One of the realest niggas I know, you heard. And also, I promised myself once we got to 50 followers on Instagram that I would release the first merch drop. Pre-order notification. So, you know, check out the you nasty. He's spitting all over the place. Drooling because he purring too hard. Once you get a chance, go over to the website. I'll have a sign up on the interest page where you can sign up for that pre-order. And once the mixtape comes out and we start to, you know, make our way around the different cities in the country, in the world, you'll start seeing the fucking fly tee and the relaxy cat tee. Both are black and white ink styled DTG prints on medium weight cotton, kind of mixed with terry, so it's not too hard, but it you know is it feels good on the skin. You know what I mean? It looks good. I'm thinking about trying to figure out who I can go to work with the stitching for the cut of it because the cut of it is big for me compared to just the look of it. Um, I wanted the cut to lay on people, right? So I might just go to my nanny to learn how to stitch. But if any of y'all know how to do that, or anybody that you know can do it, send them my way. You can post them on a fan message board, send them through the contact, or hit me up on your favorite social media joint. Um, but guys, yeah, it's been dope. I hope that y'all found something that sparked a twinkle in your brain, made you think, like, yeah, I can do this different, or I can interact in the world this way. 'Cause that's all I want. I just want to create a safe environment to think and speak your mind for us to all be able to converse in a constructive way, you know? Um, so, to summarize today, remember the leap of faith is the biggest roadblock you've ever encountered. It's the thought that's prepping you to do something that you should have already done. So, avoid the leap of faith. The leap of faith is instant, it comes from the essence. Um, Social spaces, chaos events have begun. Monday through Thursday, we're going to be talking and interacting with one another. Um, Friday, the Ask God Not Juan mixtape comes out. Um, download it straight from the website. Uh, Holla at me if you want to buy physical. We'll be back here every Wednesday, 8 p.m. to 9 p.m. We might be talking. We might be on here making music. We might have a guest. We might do whatever. You know what I mean? But the most important part is that we're talking, we're communicating, we're having constructive conversations. And to my black brothers and sisters out there, you are not alone. I'm here with you. We might not see each other right now, but I promise you we're being drawn together. The world is starting to understand our struggle, and I believe that it's the perfect time for them to empathize and come together with us because we understand how to get us out of this predicament more than anybody else in the world. Black Americans, we have been going through it. My British Black Americans, I don't know what's going on over there. I don't have a lot of understanding of the history, but I know that there was slavery, and I feel for you, and I want to have conversations. I want to see how we can come together with each other, maybe the African cultures as well. We're worldly. We're all over the place. So let's act like it. Poe's acting crazy right now. And boy, you want some love? So, shout out to y'all. I hope our love lasts always. Check me out on the YouTube, on the Instagram, on the Twitter, on the TikTok. Wando'sWorld.com primarily. That's where you get the most exclusive content. That's where you get music early. That's where you get exclusive resources. That's where you can talk to me directly. I promise you I'm on there looking and I'm on there answering. This has been K1, and I